Hello everyone. Um, this is Kenta. Today, I'm going over for the new Grixis Delver deck, post ban and the rule change in the legacy. As you all probably already know, the drastic actually change came in the legacy on just Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah. They banned three different cards: Oko, Dirtful Darkness, and Elcom Zastrave. And also they changed the rule of the Cascade and the Keyboard interaction. So because of the rule change, the that keyboard the cascade deck, the which is a turn one cascading into keyboard at the fastest, the deck is gone. It's no longer available for. You can't actually cascade it into keyboard anymore. They also because of the Dreadful Darkness and the Okoban and the Tima Delver that I've been to playing. They also no longer available to play. And because of Astrae's band, many control decks have to actually change their like mana base in the structure of the deck. Um, how I think about the Okobanning. I'm gonna have to grab the mic a little bit closer. How I think about Oko banning and the Turtle Darkness banning as a Derva player, or Legacy player in general. I think I think the banning was good. That's exactly what most of us are looking for. Um, Oko, as we know, that was just way too powerful. Um, and it was narrowing the deck construction, deck choice, and card choice, and even how we even play the game. Many games just got decided by Oko, and like whenever I lost to the other decks, playing Oko, basically I always lost by Oko. Um, it it was just it basically became just either like just to play Oko when you play fair deck, or just to um play the deck that ignores Oko, like combo decks like Reanimator, Storm that can ignore the impact of the Oko. There are many creature cards that you could not play because it was not immune to the Oko's 3C and the abilities that turn the creature into 3C. Um, it was also worked as a like a functional removal ability against many different artifacts. Like Chalice of the Void wasn't really much of the problems because all we have to do is just turn into 3 stuff like Engineering Bridge and other things. Now we actually have to deal with that card. We have to um, Chase of the Void Town one, we probably have to also will for. Um, then the thing's been changed in a good way. Um, it's been wild for me playing this environment of the legacy. Dreadful Darkness with Grand. That was something I wasn't sure if they're gonna ban this time or not, but I guess looks like they just decided to ban everything together to shake up the format completely. Just correct for them to move. Because Oracle's being banned, it was obvious the Dreadful Darkness would be just the best card. In fact, most of the deck lists that I was planning to actually run after banning. I assumed Oko, Astreb, Uro, or somewhere around actually will be banned. Um, so everything that I was running was Dorot for Darkness and um, so um, am I happy about the Arcanist ban as a in their perspective? I said yes. Because yes, I understand you could kill the the creature with like Turtle Darkness is like one city creature. Lightning Walls will take care of it. Fader Push will take care of it. Everything will take care of it. The problem it is like that's a creature that we can't ignore. We have to immediately kill, or else they will just start getting huge advantage after. Right? Um, just like Deathrite Shaman was, Dirt for the Arcanist is like put us a lot of actually just pressure into like killing it, or just will lose to it. Um, it's just basically just was 2 mana Planeswalker, like 2 mana Chase the Mind Sculpture since like it revives Brainstorm, Ponder, get extra card, more like extra selections. Um, buying Lightning Bolt against aggro deck, against like decks like elves, against any sort of the creatures. Um, it, it just it really wasn't fair. It really was too good. Um, I think from even their perspective, I really regret it's no longer be here. Um, it was fun playing it, like while it lasted, but just I think actually it needs to be gone. It, um, yes. Um, with the rest of the Arcanist being gone, I think just the decks like Blue Red Delvers, Blue Red Delvers can still be available. The the thing is, it will shift into more aggressive version. Like you more young pyromancer, more speed dragons, and also just because Oko is gone now that like the true name nemesis has been also rehabilitated as a like one of the best 3 mana drops. Um, right now, just many people are not ready for this creature. People seem like they forgot that how strong this creature was. It's just your spot removals are not working. Um, like there are very limited way to answer this card. Um, it's evasive because there's a protection against your opponent. Um, it is just really powerful card that like um before um before powerful cards like Oko, all those cards actually got printed. This card used to be just one of the best threats for the many blue decks. Um, and people had to use ton of resources to just to taking care of this card. So until people started running like Edict Effect or Liliana, like etc. Or more like stuff like Council Judgment or like sweeper spells like Terminus. This card will continuously actually being one of the best threats in the legacy. So keep it in mind. So yeah, this is kind of new form of the Blue Red Delver. More aggressive. Um, just just like playing with the speed because Dorito Arcanist can let us play being a middle range deck. Oftentimes we could even out resource the control deck. Um, but no longer it's no longer the same. So we have to actually play to finish the game like before our opponent can establish. Against the combo deck, we just have to go with the speed, like speed dragons and stuff. Um, this is the kind of like if you are the fan of the EZ Delver ish type of the thing last format, I think this is a good start. And the Blood Moon is now the card again because Astrolabe's band control decks, multicolor decks have to play more dual runs, non basic runs to um, fix the monoface. Yeah, okay. My cat is kind of being silly. Yeah. Um, this is a Grixis Delver deck. I played in the league on the 5 with it last night. I'm going over for this deck. Um, the this deck was played by the legacy expert Grixis Puff with Bob Hung. Um, yeah, for the most recent legacy preliminary. This is a very solid Greek sustainable list. Some lists, like this list, runs Thoughtseize in the main deck to fight against the combo. Um, and stuff like Painful Truth and the Mystic Sanctuary for the control matchups. This is kind of list that was flying around as a good start. I tried this one. The problem that I had with Thoughtseize right now, Because against the combo deck, many combo decks are running like a card like a Bear of Summer. Bear of Summer is a really good card against us, and the Tots is just like a. It was. I didn't feel like it was doing the um enough job. I mean, like it's really powerful spell, but in the end, like it's really scary to cast the Tots against when they have a green mana open. Um, that's how I played about. I didn't test much about, but I played with this deck a few games and just played against combo, and that's what happened. Um, so like I prefer this on better. Praise this praise actually like a counter magics. Like Stifle is very interesting card. I was Stifle is more of the like common for the Tima Delver deck and the Lag Delver, Canadian Threshold, whatever it's been commonly called. The two Stifles, so obviously you are not trying to mana deny your opponent as a tempo deck, um, but it's still there to you could still counter the fetch land activate some of the combo like you can I don't really think the stone players would just walk into this one, but it another extra things that they would have to play around um other than force of will, force of negation. Even against decks like this and taxes, Stifle is still solid card. They have many ETB effects. Protects ourselves from wasteland because our land based, mana based are all non basics. So that wasteland really hurt us. Um, and like I'm assuming Miracle is gonna be back, um, and Timeless is gonna be the thing again. So countering the Toriga of the Miracles is also awesome too. This Stifle has many good texts. It has many like meanings and like just saying what it's in the short text. So I I did like Sniper. It performed really well in the course of the league. Um, and Blazing Boar, it's another interesting card. Um, Bouncing effect. That's that's really flexible effect for the Delva deck. Delva has hard time against like any sort of the this especially Grixis Delva. Um, Hard time against like artifacts like Chalice of the Void, Ensnaring Bridge, and even bigger creature too. But it bounces the opposite Gorma Gangra, Tarmogoyf, like hooded mandrills. It's it has like it's pretty flexible. I do like the bounce ability. It also since it's like constant instant bounce ability. Young Fire Monsters synergy too. Just you can make the token with it. And also it works as a win condition later. Just another evasive threat and comes in instant speed. Um, Brutal, so at the last the possible negation thing. And again, True Name Nemesis, the, I would say it's one of the best threats in the legacy right now for the Blue Verdict. And not many people are ready for this one. Gama Gangra, this is another creature that it was soft banned by Oko for a while, but it came back. Um, 5 body for 1 mana. For what's that there? It's very powerful. It has immune to some of the removal spells like Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay. You can outsize against their many creatures. Doesn't die by a single lightning bolt. This is a card again, and this is actually one of the better threats for the fair decks. Again, so no longer there's no longer Oko to make this creature become 3/3. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, the one with the cats. It's not behaving. I guess he wanted our attention, but fortunately, I have to work. Um, okay, where we are? Okay, on Goma Kangra, yes. Yeah, this creature is definitely the one with the better threat again. So, and I don't think many people are ready for this one yet. As this is the reason why this deck runs Dismember, dealing with opposing Gamma Gangra. This is also very flexible removal spells too. It's you can cast as a one mana. Pay for life can be painful against aggro deck, but that's having options very great. This deck runs also like unlike many different versions. This deck runs what is it? For underground seas. It's mainly many stock Grixis Delver running 3-3 spread, 3 volcanic, 3 underground sea, but I think actually this list sounds like 4 underground seas. Mainly because in the sideboard option and the Liliana, it requires a double Brakman source. And let's talk about sideboard too. First, Liliana. This is the specialty of this list I actually noticed. Um, this card used to be the very solid sideboard choice for Grixis deck. Grixis Delver, Grixis Control. It's plus one ability takes care of the many different things that we have to deal with in the format, and it's reusable, so it works as a good reusable spell, reusable removable spell, um, which so replaces the Total Darkness that we were missing. Deals with opposing Young Pyromancer, deals with against many creatures in distant Texas like Mother of Rune, Staria, um, and against control like get rid of Barefoot Strix, Iceman Color. Also, this ultimate ability is so good against the control. It's another threat against the control that doesn't get pyroblasted. Um, I'm not sure. I guess this on Texas is also good, but this on Texas started running the the conclave, so I'm not sure like how good, how reliable this is as a sort of the threats anymore. The more decks have more answers. There are more answers against this card than like 2 years ago. Um, so we'll see. But it performed okay. It performed solid whenever it came out. It's I think it's good against mirror. It's good against control. Good against distant taxes. It does and good against like Arabs. It's really good against many different decks. So I would definitely strongly recommend trying it. And pre-game engineers is one of the reasons why you want to play Grixis over Blue Red. Um, it is a suited 3 mana dispatch. This is solid as a creature, and it has the ability of the engineered plague on the creatures of the chosen type. If your opponent controller gets -1/-1, it's pretty good against. Obviously, it's pretty good against Arabs. Good against decks like Death and Taxes. Um, even against the mirror match, it can be boarding in too. It's actually good answer to opposing true nemesis. Because it's toughness one, and it can come down to the situation more often. And of course against young Pyromancer, it also is creature itself is 2/2 death touch, so it's quite actually solid to like for defend yourself from bigger creatures like Armor. So yeah, I definitely like this card. This is also like creature spell, so it won't be countered by like the cards like spell pierce or also negation. So yeah, this is definitely like one of the reasons why you want to play blood. Um, and Fishing Needle against Dark Depth, many different decks. New format, we could see many different decks. So having versatile the cards like this is very important. Graveyard Hate, um, again, and the new format, many people could be playing different decks. So the null road. Um, against the it's good against the like many artifact decks like um Urza Urza Eco like 12 post. Um, even against the combo decks too, they play Lotus Pedal LED. Anything with Lotus Pedal and LED, I will vote in on no road. And Descent Tactics too is about equipment. Stonebread, that deck is probably coming back too. Um, I like tournament based answer against combo deck nowadays because the cards like Totsis can get to Veil of Summon. So we want to have balance of the like answers. Like we have a Force of Will and Force of Negation that's like the spell based answers against combo deck already. We wanted to have something different after sideboard. And I think no road is now while it's not completely answer to the combo, but stopping the Lotus Pillar like LED, like artifact mana artifacts and artifact accelerations are very important. Because we have a clock. So what happens is like we just like clock them while they're stampering. Then we just use counter spells to stop their few actions. That's the deck actually plays out like tempo these days. So it's very important to just slow down. Um, so it's not to just completely lock them, but just slow them down for a few turns while we're beating with our creatures. So and other stuff, yes. Code of Cunning. It's a new card from Commander Legend. Some of this run like um some number. It is good against control deck. It's another sort of threat, and the card advantage source for the control decks just don't play many creatures. Um, it's just so strong. Just like um, if if they can't deal with this one, you get the card advantage and also just like just mirror them faster and like it's actually a good clock against control. You can just like mill them out really quick. Um, it's 3 mana like blue spells. Can get pyroblast, but it's another threat. It's another threat that is not creature. So enchantment is harder to deal with. So I do like this card. This is on the one that many people may have questioned. I even just like I had to look up what kind of the card it is. It's I think it's another card that like brings in against the decks with less creature but particular creatures and can be the problem. It can be from what it says it's it's just another like it's another removal spell. Um, that gives you some like card advantage. I could see just bringing in this card. I didn't play this card in any league, so I wasn't sure how this card performed. But well, would perform. Well, I assume it's against the like Dark Depths um put on the 2020 or the against the could be reanimate. Could be the decks just playing I think I guess actually Knight of Reliquary too because those decks don't really play many creatures. But I'm not sure like how this is the one card that I wasn't really sure how it would perform. So like trying more this deck to just like see how it's gonna work. But anyways, this is the old decks I'm talking about. I'm going over for this deck just the replay of my league last night, which I five with. Um, since it's been first time playing this like legacy format without Oko Dirt Fold for a while, so I did not play the best. So we pretty much learn together from my playing, my mistakes, like my questionable play and everything. Um, let's goes. first round, I kept this hand against unknown deck, just having force of cantrip, Delver, solid card, solid hand. And they play basic island and Ponder. So it could be everything. Could be many different things. So I just play that accordingly, assuming against many different decks. So Forked Bolt, that's I haven't seen that card for a while, but it's pretty good against the Young Pyromancer. And also sometimes actually like I will play Gelba, Young Pyromancer, then just kill both of them, get card advantage. It's really good. And seeing this at this point, I assume they're playing some sort of like the EZ Gelba variant. I opted to days because I didn't have the extra run to put in. So and against this type of deck, days will be dead really soon. So now that playing, I wasn't sure like if it's correct. Just showing them like a stifle doesn't seem really good. So if I had any any other options, probably I would have put the different spells on the top. Yeah, I wouldn't usually put top and Derba with Fossil Will or like Days or like stifle. That's something they would have to play around because I would rather know them not knowing that in my hand. So it's some little tip when you play Derba. I wasn't really mindful about what I was doing with it. But most likely I would be using it with Fossil Will, so it doesn't really matter much. I wouldn't counter this, and I wouldn't stifle this one at this point because they have many runs. They have enough runs. Against this deck, it's probably not so much. I misuse brainstorm. I probably should have tapped the underground. See, I wasn't thinking about again. It's clearly that I'm not really experienced with this list yet or this deck yet. Like I didn't know how important the which mana is, which everything. In this situation like this, what you're looking for was it's probably more likely the red spells. It could be Goma Gangra, but sorry, more like a red spells because you want to be ready for their threats. Lightning bolt effect if you draw, or like that situation like young Paramahansa. So again, it's depending on the situation. This is how hard the this deck is like playing the sequences because this deck's very kind of demanding in terms of the mana. Um, so they have black spells, red spells, and are really kind of it's a specific way. So I wish done it because I have days. So in case they would play like True Name Nemesis, they would have tap out and I could daze it. Just attack with the Elemental because if I attack with Young Barms, they would most likely block with Derva. I forced the Ponder because they are clearly they're looking for something. Or they're looking for more threat. Yeah, here comes Goma Gangler. You can out it can't get countered, but like you can out like size the Perhaps I could have saved my fossil will for the Goma Gangra. That could have been my mistake too. I wasn't really thinking about in case I drew the threat to protect the threat. Um, it's hard. That's hard to say. Yeah, then bracing borrower, bouncing the flying deriva to get the like more tempo because all I had to do is just like milking out some more damages, like because they are 3 life. They're so I'm from my plans basically just aggroing them out. So yeah, I just attack with them, just force them to broke, and just keep just putting the board with threat. and they used their last hand to Blazing Borrower, so I was able to cast the through them with no issues. And yeah, they have no answers. Like is it Delva probably does not have any answers against the resolve through them nemesis in the main deck at least. So yeah, this is very like powerful like threat, and especially when they're like low life total with lower resource. That's the reason why the most decks run only one or two, because you don't need many of the copies, because when you need this card, you don't want to tap out turn 3 spraying it to getting dazed. The ideal time of playing this card is in the mid game when we have a when we are like when we used up most of our resources and have more mana, and then just play it, and then when their life total is lower, and just because they would have to answer it, or else they wouldn't able to win with the ground creature anymore, because I could just block it, or just they actually would eventually lose because basically power 3 unblockable with um the removal immune to the most of the removals. So yeah, this is the reason why just this card is so good against the fair deck mirror, and this is gonna be the more of the thing since Oko is gone. So something to keep in mind through them nemesis. Yeah. The reason why the True Nemesis is so strong is because it was originally printed for the commander multiplayer versus multiplayer, because you only could target one person to the protections, but in the one the competitive magic clearly you could only just target one. Yeah. So yeah, um, I voted in. I voted out as usual against the fair blue mirror. Just I voted out horses because color disadvantages. I voted this member out against this deck because either Delver plays more advanced spells like Chain Lightnings and potentially more advanced spells. So I don't want to just put myself in the lower life total. Um, and and I don't know if I were able to hard cast this one. So I just split it out for the more different kind of removals, or like Plague Engineer and stuff. Plague Engineer is pretty good against this deck too, because I saw Young Pyromancer that would hit really good. Um, Even though its creature dies by lightning bolt, it hits a board. It already did the job, because I would probably name Elemental. It wipes all the tokens from their board. Yeah, so that's kind of my approach to. And I bought it in Guyana of the Hope, which you saw the top of my library. Here comes the young Pyromancer. Yeah, they aggressively use Force of Will because protecting this against this matchup is actually huge, gives them huge advantage. Like see that how much threat they have already. In this one, I opt not to. They only have one card left, so theoretically, I don't really think. I don't know if it's right play playing around their days. But the days would pretty much end me. Like that's kind of like be the end of the game, and they would have more tokens, and they counter Liliana and stuff. So that's why I decided to wait for one more time. But it was really tough because they aggressively played many different spells to just um go over the go white. So I played Liliana. It resolved, so kill the but they even casted Pyroblast for just one token, so they can kill Liliana. And I didn't manage to kill one token, but the Liliana is still very close to be dead. And they are looking for the bounce spells to finish the Liliana, and they did. Um, like they aggressively use Pyroblast to just even get more tokens, because they know that most of us are very much like run out of the steam. So like having more tokens and going wide is very strong, because they know that I have very limited resource to deal with more than one threat. Because this deck is basically 1-for-1 trade deck. So um, no matter what kind of like these are 1-1s, but like I could only use removal spell to only one creature. So yeah, they tapped out for like yeah days. Mm. that actually just works out fine. But like problem is that I was looking for Plague Engineer. Then I would have been still in the game, but unfortunately I did not draw. But Plague Engineer would have been really good in like probably fewer turns ago. Then my life total would be higher, and they would have to deal with Plague Engineer and wipe the board. So this is the situation, the reason why the Plague Engineer can be really good against many different decks, including pseudo mirror match. So, but yeah, Lina Last Hope, see, like they had to use many resources to deal with this card. Um, like they have to aggressively, they have to basically air pyro blasting to get more tokens so they can deal with the Liliana. And I almost did this, like this Planeswalker almost stuck in the board if they didn't find lightning board. So because it's plus ability to get rid of the one creature, um that's how strong it is. It'll be immediately becomes a royalty 4, and it won't die by single lightning bolt. So it kept this hand again, just deliver a bunch of answers and cantrips. This time it naturally flipped stifle, so I can't really help that much. Hopefully they kept the run hand. That's what I did, and they actually did. They brainstormed and they could not find either nothing or they only found a fetch land, and I was ready for the like stifle. So it's when you're on the prey, when you have wasteland and like stifle, it's the pressure like on them really tough. Yeah, that sometimes actually that's what the stifle does. It just gives you free win. When they have to fit all in fetch runs to find the land, then like you have wasteland against the non-basic.
All ended.
So, so yeah, it is it is actually just the kind of thing like sniper is just this hit and miss, but like when they hit, just it's really good. Second round, I wasn't sure if I should keep this hand. Didn't have a it didn't have a counter spells, but it didn't have a cantrip. I think it was a really slow hand. I probably could have shipped. I probably should have too. As soon as I saw that situation, I was like, yeah, I probably didn't keep the right hand. I didn't play Town on Delver because that was the only blue card for the boss. Um, that one is my mistake. I meant to force some negation. But like at some reason they said because I thought they didn't have a they only had actually extra mana to pay the wasteland, and I kind of like need to protect my land because both of the lands will be very important to cast either lightning bolt for more token damage and Gauma Kangra eventually. So I just wanted them to um tap and make it a token, basically create a token to pressure their life total before they can set up because my hand wasn't really um set it up to actually win a long game. But like, yeah, because of that, that's fine. I made extra token because of that, and fill up the graveyard too. More importantly, yeah, graveyard for the Goma Gangra too. I just like needed to have a really faster thing. Um, that one I was really lucky because they wastelanded my Volcanic Island, which is okay, but I think actually like they could have wastelanded my Underground Sea, so I wouldn't be able to cast Gama Kangura. But this is the reason why it's like this is still like new format. People probably don't know the importance of the which mana can be, and also the dynamic of the potential threat from which which colors are which. So I think I got saved by the like people not being aware of what format it's gonna be. So, but they considered anyways because I bought them at 9 and attack with another like so they only their mana source is only like ancient tomb. So they would have to take damage and they cannot afford for anymore. So I got really super lucky about this one, but in the end of the day. Also, I could see the why they wasted the volcanic island too because like and they didn't want to get right involved at multiple times, but it didn't really matter. Their situation was not really the best. They did not have enough mana to start with. The Grim Monolith start was really good, but they did not have anything to follow up. So it was basically all in calm in the hand. And my hand was really bad. I kept a really bad hand, but it worked out. It worked out okay, but I don't know. I would have kept this hand with the hand in the future, especially you could be playing against combo deck. I don't really think force of negation plus one brutal will be enough against many different decks. So I keep this one. This one is reasonable. Yeah. Now we have to counter Charis because we do not have Oko anymore. So Eldorage deck. Just they the yeah Wasteland the one of their mana source. Then they play Crowd Boss. It's fine. Hopefully I can block them enough. Yeah, I'll just stay there. And then like hopefully they won't play mini sweats. That was like my plan. I was like, hopefully these are enough. Yeah, hopefully that like. But then they gain life. I was a little nervous about it. I did not count a 1 point engine because I had a bounce. So I could just have one more turn. So just attack with Delver, then put them in 9. Then like next turn I bounce them. Then when they recast them, if I have to, I would force them. So what happens like attack with Derba, then with 6 life, then I lightning bolt them. So they're seriously just one life if they're using this one. Um I don't care about this much. Then I just they play this one, I just lightning bolt them and the game ended. So now yeah, we have to play like as a like tempo like basically. Just you have to calculate their life total with lightning bolt in the Derba. Like again good old days of the lightning bolt mouse. Like how many how many towns we have and then we use our resources accordingly to just three type of like mass. So and generally they take some damage themselves either like stuff pitch around the pain like any sort of the pain rounds like ancient tomb, you know. So like their life total is probably like somewhere around 17 to start with. If they don't gain life total, then just that's that you're gonna work with. Alright. Third round. It was this on Texas. Again, Solid Hand, Deruba, cantrip spells, removal spells. I don't have counter spells, so if they're playing like Town 1 combo would be really bad, but it was or it was this hand is solid, so since they started with Caracas, I played Derba. I could have probably held for the brainstorm too. That's something I was thinking about. The town. This is a very like eternal question for us. Like town one Derba or wait for the cantrip. It. Let me explain this one. It all depends. But that's why we're all running. I'm not even 100% sure which approach. Now Saria is a problem. Um, I wasted their Caracas, but I probably should have thought about they would have another Caracas. So, anyways, could have wasted their Rishana port. Since they started like this way, this is clear they probably did not have a basic brain. So just destroying their like Rishad Paul would have been more reasonable, even though characters can bounce this area responding to my removal spells. But like kind of small thing, but it kind of put me in the like in the behind, kept being behind. Yeah, but like again, they kept very like weaker hand in terms of mana base. That they are like their characters on the Lishan board. It's really odd that the Wasteland worked against this deck though. I didn't think I was gonna able to win this game. Because usually Wasteland is not as good against this deck because this deck plays many basic brains, but this time they did not have basic brain. They kept characters, Lishan board mana base, which was actually okay, but I wasn't sure like how I played. My play was correct. I feel like I got unlucky just because that they drew poorly. But how this plays out is basically you play young pyromancer, make bunch of tokens, and deal with some of the threats that can prevent us from doing it. So you see, like we won by just basically just a tempo, like traditional derivatives. Like no longer the middle range, no longer Delta Darkness, like having longer game, like Delta Darkness divine the lightning bolt kill that creature, and I still have creature, and 1-3 is very good, was very good against the Santaxes too, but like we have to play the game differently these days. Wasn't sure like if I kept it, this sound is actually correct one to keep. Like it's not cantrip, so it's okay probably, but it's these are like not the most ideal hand. Again, I voted out some number of the post days. I left some post number of the posts because they still have some of the some of the stuff that I really want to counter. Um but mostly just counters are not really good against this deck because of Alpha Bio. So I left some of the counters in to just make them respect it. And also just in order to counter the some of the critical spells like Stoneforge Mystic or like removals in some spot. Um, I voted out one Goma Gangara because having three Goma Gangara can be kind of like some list. Some people would vote in like stuff like rest and peace against us because they think we are playing a bunch of the graveyard thing. So um, and this is one of those decks that have a good amount of answer against the Goma Kangura. Like a past exile, like Souls to Prosha. I mean, past they would add in past exile as additional removals. But one thing though, I mentioned about Goma Kangra is also immune to the like Sky Clip that they recently started playing. Um, because it's 7 mana, so it's something to keep in mind. So maybe boarding out Goma Kangra would not be just was not the right right move, but I wasn't really sure. That's why we're testing. This one I could have preordained. I don't think I used the counter correctly. I probably should have preordained. Especially when they play like yeah, that would have been preordained. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I shuffled them out. I'm looking for the red mana source. That's another reason why I should have played preordained. Because it does I basically lost the town by like just not casting it. Yeah, this is tough because Saria and Richard and Port, the combination of that. I'm so behind. The If they didn't have Saria, would have this hand would have been fantastic. Yeah, Pacing Needle to name the Ace of Virus. also a good answer to like equipment too. Well, you could name many different things, but mainly is Isabel. Mother Broom too, probably, but like mainly is Isabel. I had to kill the Mother Broom because that would have been just. But this game I was behind in the whole all the time. So yeah, that's why maybe I misused the cantrip spell. Since I have pre in my hand like stuck to it, I probably should have just used it a long time ago. But yeah, Sari is so good against us. Yeah, it was really we were really far behind. Yeah, that's yeah that game I played poorly, extremely poorly. So yeah, don't do what I did. It's just like yeah, you should take opportunity of the against this type of deck. I think I would take opportunity of the spells, cast the spell whenever you can, and also the days take opportunity of the whenever like whatever they play and you can daze, you should probably daze it because that's the only chance like you can cash out the card. So because they have so many ways to restrict our play and mana denial and prison effects like Rishad Portal and Saria, like you wanna rather than trying to get the value out of it, you wanna cast the spells when you can while you are able to just get the like mediate barrier because you need to find the against this deck, what you're looking for is the removal spells mostly, just like or stuff to stop their engines like fires. And the answer to Stoneforge, you need to answer Stoneforge immediately. So, um, yep. Game three was interesting. I had the hand. I Marigan. This one, I after Mariganing, I was in between Stifle and Gamma Gangara to return because where the context of the hand, I could cast Gamma Gangara really fast. But also the Gamma Gangara can be answered by souls really like easily. And also, I wasn't sure like how the games would go. Like the games that I'm reading, the story of the game, the context that I was thinking about was like stopping the ASA while probably then casting multiple like cantrips to eventually find the threats. And I already have a threat, so that would be the kind of thing. Or just finding it to true them nemesis and just finish them that way. Stifle wasn't the kind of like the thing that I was looking for. Um, but we also needed to have some more options against their strategies. So and the Gama Kangura, I could just draw in the later game. I have two cantrips in my hand, so I should be able to find Goma Kangura eventually, and or I should be able to find threat eventually. So that I actually just shipped the Goma Kangura, and turned out to be really good by keeping Stifle. Yeah, that's what I use for like I protected the mana base for the. But again, it was a really lucky scenario too. It could have been worse. But like Stifle against this deck has more option than it looks. You can stop many different things like um Stoneforge, like ETB trigger, like Fricka Wisp thing, like Sky Cleave, or like um the Recruiter. There are many different things. So, and then, of course, I found the Gamma Kangura, but there wasn't even the time to be able to cast it, so I just had to ship it. So it was probably right thing just shipping Gamma Kangura. It makes me think it that way. This time I didn't even bother casting Brainstorm as the response because I wanted to cast in my main phase. They didn't have any threats, so I wasn't in a rush. And I found Wasteland, so I just destroyed the Rishana folder. Um, I did not destroy like reason why I did not destroy the Caracas is they could probably have another Caracas in their hand like game one. Um, and they had another white mana source anyways. So Richard and Port kind of restricting my playing anyways. And here comes the Viridiana against this. This is very good. They play Mother Bloom, which is must kill, but I don't want to use removal spells against this card. So because I wanted to use removal spells like cards like this, so it worked out perfectly. This time we have a we were removal rich. I chose to keep the wasteland because I wanted to waste the horizon canopy to so they can't they will not have a double white mana source to conclave sky crave whatever the yeah not conclave sky crave upgrade whatever whichever the name is like 3 mana to exile the non land tournament with 3 or 4 I think yeah. So this time they play Sapphire so just using needle. And the Liliana can ultimate, so if they don't draw any answers, and if they are having the Sky Creep, like then just I can daze it because it's 3 mana and just I can daze very easily. So theoretically, like a Council Judgment, any sort of thing 3 mana removal spells against this card, I can daze it. So yeah, the game ended. That's why Liliana, yeah, this Liliana like performed really well. It's because they didn't have many threats. You know, they only played like so many threats, so it worked out okay. Again, like they played like one of Tasman's one creatures like Mother Bloom. This card is really good. Against this and Taxes, so um, it worked out perfectly. But they have more answers to Liliana these days. It's not really kind of like playing Liliana is not automatically win against this deck anymore. Or it wasn't even automatically win like the years ago too, but it's not as it's not as like guaranteed. You know. But yeah, against this deck, just um this isn't the ideal match for us, but like we have good amount of the options after sideboard. So and again, this matchup is also True Name Nemesis is really good. We did not see that, but it's another matchup that True Name Nemesis shines. So this time we played against Team Adelbo. Yeah, our last hand sucked, so I was just like Mulligan. And this hand is not the best either, but it looks like they knew what I was in, so they just like waiting, trying playing around many different spells. Yeah, this is very funny game. Just we're both playing around each other's stifle. This is really like a strange play that I made. Like I dazed, even though they may have a mana to pay, but because they only have a fetch land, they will have to crack the fetch. I have a stifle and also have another daze, so I just did it because I kind of wanted to clear out the graveyard for the Goma Gangra. It was just stuck in my hand, and I knew against Drag Derba, playing resolving Goma Gangra in the main deck um would actually put me in the like closer to the win than just the like just throw like each other throw going each other's because they do not have a Oko anymore. So this card is actually real threat for them because they only have so many ways to deal with either playing a big Tamagotchi or they have to use actually like two removal spells, two lightning bolts on this. So it's a lot of stuff for them to deal with this. And Ragdelva no longer has the ways to get card advantage back. So using two removal spells to one creature is not something they wanted to do anymore. They don't have Dorot or Darkness anymore too. So this is the reason why this gun is really good. That's why I just throwing away the remove counter spells to just see how they do. Even though fill the graveyard, also baiting them to crack the pitch so I can stifle more cards in the graveyard, more stuff that I have to deal with. So and the Delver, Frank Delver, when I don't have actually removal spells in my hand, it's not something that I wanted to have against Team Delver deck. So also stifle is not good when you are behind, when they have reached out already. So that's why this is the only window that I was able to cash out. And yeah, I cash out stifle and they dazed it. And I cracked the pitch and they tried to stifle mine or brainstorm they casted with I saw actually they're trying to stifle mine. But I did not to daze the brainstorm because I wanted to actually save days for the potential more threats. Like stuff like Thermocol if they played. My thought process was basically just I wanted to save days for something else. Like dazing their brainstorm, it would have been okay, but it would that I know it wouldn't have let us go that far. But now we are able to cast the Gamma Gangara who's playing around days. So they would have to force over, but they did not have force over. So I'm fine with this one. It's 4-5, it's I can still deal with it. But I just bounce it. And so I can just keep blocking them. And they would have to recast it again. And this time I just forced. Just in case. Yeah, so they don't have good ways to deal with Goma Gangura in the main unleash. So um looks like the new red mana 2 mana drop for this deck. The Tima there was young Final Monster, which is not too bad. Um, more Tamagoyes probably. Probably back to Stifle. The front two. So and that's a game that when we both playing Stifle. Um, and yeah, he is like a Brazen Brawler so good in this and Derba deck. It's good way to answer the Tarm Wolf. And this meanwhile it's still blue card. It's also another like again flying threat. So. Game two was really long. It was a really like weird interactions we had a lot. Yeah, I did not want to keep one round when we don't have any basic round against the Stifle Waste round the deck. So I Marigan to get more the mana. And this is okay. Not ideal, but okay. I can live with it. I could have fetched maybe Underground Sea Derba because I dismissed they are playing Stifle. They could be playing Stifle too. This time I do not have days. Finding Blazing Brawls is nice because I could bounce time away if it was. Aggressively using Pyroblast because Tamagotchi is a 4-5 threat, so that's yeah, and I just play young Pyromancer, get the token so I can block the Tamagotchi, but I was still on the behind. They showed us days, so I just cast Brainstorm because I didn't want to get dazed. I was looking for more options. I was looking for the like bolt and got wastelanded anyways. Yeah, I just jump rope the time left to maintain the preserving the life total little bit more. Yeah, this is tough. Like they ran out two threats, so I had to then I played Go Back Gangara, which is again it's really good. It did shrink the Tarmogoyf size and also it blocks the Hurling Wanderers. So that's the reason why it's really good against the opposing Derva variant, especially like decks like Tima Derva or Brulet Derva. You can outsize them, so they don't have many good ways to as I got Angular. So it would be more the game like flying there by insect operation versus insect operation type of thing. Yeah, our ground like that's the thing, we had a really good teammates in the ground, for a while. And bouncing the flying creature and get more tokens. And eventually I'm gonna have flying creature too. So they play second one, which kind of started to become making me feel nervous because they could eventually just have more creatures and attack me. Because my life total is lower. My life total is 8, so they have to. If they have more creatures, then like I found more stuff. Pyroblast for the Delver, and I found the True Name Nemesis in the bottom. So my goal is basically trying to resolve True Name Nemesis at this point. So I can just start basically like having a evasive creature against this situation is the key, which I had a bunch. So it doesn't have to be True Name Nemesis. Like while I'm actually locking the ground, I'm attacking. It's basically kind of it's almost like a draft or sealed the prey. Like we play a bunch of ground creatures. I play a bunch of ground creatures, and I try to attack with evasive creatures. My intention of not playing True Name Nemesis right now is just I don't want to get dazed and give them more tokens, and also I want to cash out this one. See, yeah, I didn't want to give them a 1-1 token, but now that we are in the pinch, again days. Yeah, now actually I was sudden nervous. I've been nervous about it because if they decided to attack with everyone, I don't think I would I don't think I would survive because I would have able to block this, then block champ the Goif, then use Pyromancer to block the. So theoretically, if they attack with everyone, I guess the Tarmogoyf would likely survive. Or Tarmogoyf or couldn't matter which one. Like I think I would block Tarmogoyf, I guess, in that case. Um, we probably wouldn't have been good enough attack probably if they don't have lightning bolt. But like I also started like feeling nervous if they figure out like a window to actually attack me to finish me off. Because they have more creatures, they have more threat. I think they just like wanted to have one more creature with stronger. That would be probably the best or lightning bolt to just to mess up my mass and stuff like that. But it was a really situation. So that's why I decided to play True Name Nemesis fast to just throw out their counter spells more because Plague Engineers at this point Plague Engineer is more important because I wanted to clear out the board and also I wanted to have the stat board on the board because I already have a Blazing Warlord coming up in as a evasive creature threat and if it resolved it's okay too but I kind of wanted to this resolve to just wipe the board so I feel like this is kind of good way to bait this. I wasn't sure, but that that was my thought process. So I felt like the Plague Engineer is more important in this situation, and they did have another pudding mountain. Yeah, and I just played everything. I didn't waste on it because I wanted to have more creatures on the board. I thought that was more important, and also I thought Stifle and by their again started having more evasive creatures on the board, so like they really have to deal with these creatures. I wanted to waste on their volcanic cannon, but they're still holding stifle, so I didn't want to just like do it because that would only like just that wouldn't do anything. So But that's fine. Like I still have with basic creature. They could only deal with one creature per time. So and I have lightning bolt. So once I find the volcanic island, that will be it. But they kept finding the spell. There's an argument that I could use the stifle on this one. I guess yeah, I could do that, right? Yeah. But I found the Goma Gangra, second Goma Gangra, which is really good. While they found the third, like putting Mandarin, I found the second Goma Gangra. So then my ground is really solid now. I can even, this is the situation that I could even start attacking because they have five creatures to block. Oh, and this made me really nervous. However, like this was like that was like I felt like oh no, like I'd probably be dead because they can just like they're gonna start able to gaining life and get more card advantage with silver library eventually. And this is also creature too, indestructible. So that's what I kind of thought about. Then I popped back to this card, and then I looked at the board, and then I was like, okay, I drew this member. Let's see if I can actually finish the game by attacking with everyone, since like I have that many creatures. I started doing combat master and I looked at their board. I realized this became creature. So that was one of the one of the situations that I was able to kill the closest. But I think I looked at the board, but I think I missed because I was really excited. I think I missed. I could have missed the restart too. That's all I can do. So let's do some for the feature difference. So attack and just getting broke. I don't think I missed. Yeah, I don't think I missed the restart. Actually, like it's probably better not to be attacked because then some of the creature might survive and they can attack me. But so I didn't. I don't think I missed the restart. Yeah, because it's but I could have actually just get rid of a decent amount of the creatures, I guess. So I probably should have attacked with them anyways. Then they could swing me back with um Mandrill that they're still alive and yeah. So I passed the time because out of the excitement of I got rid of the closest 10 gold and I will probably attack next turn is what I kind of like my thought process was. But I probably could have attacked this turn already. Even though at this point, actually, I probably just could have played safe. I had the luxury to play safe too. So, but I think that was a window that I probably could have attacked with everyone, then force them to make the unfair trade. This is the point like I started actually like waste on them to bait their stifle because I knew they had one stifle. Then like I cracked the fetch, so I find the volcanic island lightning bolt to actually like to finish the game. Then they had another stifle, but this time they had tap out, so I just dazed it, make them more token, and then just like won the counter war and found the volcanic island. I probably missed the like a restart. This time I didn't really miss the restart because I could have just lightning both them swing with everyone and finish the game. So yeah, yeah. I was really distracted by like many different things. Right, I got preoccupied by basically like I want the counter. What's good? It's good that I now have lightning bolts, so I can just put them into the next time I attack them. Oh, why not? Why don't I just attack now this time to just finish the game? So I gave them. I feel like I gave them many extra turns. I think we could have won little bit faster, but I just played little too conservatively and also I played bit kind of loose. So this game, I don't think I played right. I think I played red up on 40. So um, yeah, but and how the deck works, I'm just explained. It was basically here though, like Goma Gangra, so good against as a Delver matchup. Um, Plague Engineers are really good now because they're playing more young Pyromancers. Like even Lag Delvers started playing young Pyromancers. So and it's still due to their stats. So it really kind of um just pin the all ground creatures too, because I can block them or I can start attack them and they don't wanna, if they don't want to play it, then they works as a unblockable creature too. So, but it is just it's what it is. Like this is the reason why these are reason why you want to play Grug. They won't want to go on the Grug Grixis because you have a very good solid threat and the pseudo sweeper spells. So yeah, even the legacy like years ago, Grixis has always had a good solid match against other Delver decks. Not the Blue Red. Blue Red they can speed up the outspeed the Grixis. But against the team out Delver, I think Grixis are just pretty solid game because of the Goma Gangra. And mana base is really kind of like rough against the wasteland stifle deck, but having one mana 5/5 was really actually just the advantage against the decks. Mainly playing lightning bolt to deal with opposing threats. So. But yeah, well, this is one of those times this member actually worked really well. Like, I don't know, I don't know how often I come up with this this type of the situation, but crosses turned out to be crosses. It would have been better about not being preacher, but I don't think it's anything but our opponent could do about because they have on the parliaments there already, and they playing crosses at that point was the right move. I don't think that it's I would not blame them. It's like I top decked this member and I also found out that this is creature, so I can kill it. But I almost missed that too because that would not have come up like that often. So, hey, let's go on for the last match. Yeah, they could be playing many different things, but I think I assume that this person was playing control because I think I played against them before. End of Town Brainstorm is not as good as they used to be, because Black Ops for Darkness. I've been testing this out of the habit, but I probably should stop doing it. I probably should think about more before I'm doing it. And it's probably Brainstorm. It's been also probably going back to the like how to cast Brainstorm in the good old times in the Legacy. Just don't cast Brainstorm end of their turn, or don't cast Brainstorm unless you are looking for the particular thing because you don't have the ways to recast the brainstorm anymore, like the Dreadful Darkness. You want to use brainstorm as a mob that cards that to find the particular things and shuffle away the cards that you don't need. So you don't want to use as a one mana cantrip spells anymore. You want to use as a actually just the way to get you out of the situation or wait or like when you cast brainstorm in the your opponent's town, especially in town one, that was when you need to find force over or when you need to find immediate resource. So that might be something to keep in mind too. The reason why I did the EOT lightning bolt was because I knew I had to go on Kangura on the top because of what I found out and with graveyard and the four cards in the graveyard and I was able to cast the Goma Kangura and my opponent actually didn't um, draw land, missed land drop, so I just felt like this is a good window to just try to just attack them before they can set up anything. That's why I forced their souls to closure too. Against the controller, we can't actually win the long game anymore because we don't have Dreadful Darkness or stuff like Oko. So we just have to finish the game before they can set up. So yeah, we no longer have a luxury to fight a good long game. out resource them anymore. Yeah. Second Goma Kangura. Might be able to cast it or not. And we could even cast the Grazing Boar too. But I didn't because I wanted to also win. And they get Snapcast damage, but they didn't have enough mana. So I just like Lightning Bolt Snapcast damage and attack them. Just to put them at 3 life. Then cast another Goma Kangura. Hopefully it's enough. You see, like I played really aggressively just because I know I like they play Snapcast damage and more card advantage resource. They have 5 cards, so I'm not gonna able to win the long game. If I try to just play for the barrier, I'm gonna lose. So I have to just push them. Just I have to make them have the answers basically. Like they already used 2 souls of process, so and I assume their only answer to Goma Gangara Soul to process and Snapcast damage. If they did, then that would be it. But if they don't, then just I would win. It's really hard to deal with the 2 Goma Gangaras at the same time as a control deck. But they did. They actually did. They had the Blazing Borrower, return them. I didn't expect they were running Blazing Borrower, but I think these days probably they could because again, it has really good answers to against many different things. This is new format, so I think having faster answers like this is very good, and it's blue card too, and it can be a finisher too. It might be really good in the control deck too. This card is gonna be also really popular too. So I would actually literally I would just take close look about this card like more just whatever the deck you're playing in the legacy. If you're playing fair blue deck, probably this card can be another staple too. But yeah, anyways, yeah, they deal with also my Gamma Kangra, so now actually we're in a really bad situation. But there I thought that it's sweet, so yeah, that's why they cast it and it's fine. We could still trade. I preordained. And on there I found lightning bolt. I put both of them in bottom because I was looking for lightning bolt basically. Attack and just yeah, that's the kind of situation. They could have also will force of negation. But from the way they play the game, from the game way the game played out, I don't think they had anymore. Um, That's why I went for it. Well, else actually I wasn't able to win anyways. Like I don't really think just I had any ways to just instead of trying. So I know I got lucky. We got really lucky for that one. But just like you have to play aggressively like that, in at least in the main against control. As long as you just like find out you're playing against control, you just want to play just aggressively and try to finish them off as fast as possible. We are basically the aggro deck. You know. Yeah, no longer middle range. We no longer aggro control anymore. Just we have to just finish them. So we have to play as a tempo deck basically and aggro. That's how the game wants to be playing when you're playing Delver. So that's why the control matchup is no longer the good matchup. It wasn't really good from the first place, but especially now it's not the best matchup. That's why you have to go. You have to actually hopefully they don't have enough removals, but they have to use 4 removal spells to fight against us. So that's actually how strong this deck is, and we didn't even have the best draw either. So we got actually mana flooded. So I don't have any threat, but I have a cantrip on the counter spells, so it's okay. I bought it just to I shaved some number of the counter spells. I saw a bunch of the basic run they play, so I bought it out base. I was thinking of boarding on the wasteland, but I felt like we play more 3 mana drop. And it might be important to resolve more 3 mana drops. So I felt this wasteland can be also fine as just paying as a colorless mana source. And in that case, I would not be dazing either because I don't want to return my land more often. So after sideboard, I think we could afford to play more longer game too. At least it's better than our first game was. Yes, I shall some number of the counter magic like days, force of will, and the lightning bolts because they play less creatures. But I still saw some creatures, and I saw like stuff like Brazen Blower, and I assume they're playing stuff like Barefoot Strix. So I just left a couple of lightning bolts in just in case. I didn't see any Planeswalker. I wasn't sure what kind of Planeswalker they were playing, so I did not bother in pissing neither. But if there were game three, I would have bothered in if I saw more stuff. But right now, for that time, I just like didn't know. I bothered out this member because they are not they're useless against this thing. So, Plague Engineer can it's a possibility. There's an argument to bring in Plague Engineer against them because they do play stuff like Snapchat damage. So like in the good old days, I can just Plague Engineers saying, and they could be playing through Name Nemesis too. I'm not sure like what kind of the like control decks they're playing. So that's why I just bought it in as a broad like in general to the use. So if I see anything, if I saw anything in the game two and got in the game three, I would have adjusted sideboard more. So my how I sideboarded is not final answer. Again, how this plays out, how this anything is not final answer. So yeah, the code of counting is really good against this deck, so I just kept it. But I just did not like want to show them. So they could be playing on discard spell. So, but my goal would be probably resolving this card. I knew that. So I didn't give days because I wanted to play this card. They're clearly looking for something. So I could have waited, but again, it, like they are not really. They don't. They're showing some weaknesses. Like they don't have actually just many resources, I guess, because like um they don't have white mana source, and there are many things that they probably been struggling. And I have enough backups like counter spells and stuff. So I feel like, and also they could be playing red too. That's another thing I was thinking about. I did not see red, but they could be playing red and pyroblast and stuff. So more game longer game gets, it might be harder to resolve. So I decided to jump. And they are the force over. So I just forced back. And it resolved. And the reason why I didn't mind forcing back is if it resolves, that would give us one card extra immediately. And I highly doubt they play many creatures. And they play Nazet and just like use counter spell, force of negation pitching brainstorm because I gonna get more extra cards with this one. I don't think brainstorm is needed. And also like reason why I left for days is because in case they could have fetched for volcanic island or volcanic island to pyroblast or something that I can play around it. So I can daze them. Um, but in the end of the day, it's like they did not have immediate answer to quantum tunneling. So what happens? Like I would keep meeting them and getting card advantage. So yeah, I did play little aggressively in the both games. But that's something that has to be done. Like you have to play really aggressively against control nowadays. It's just because you don't have many luxury to fight in the long game. So after side of hold, you probably do a little bit, but even that, like you still want to lean toward the trying to win than trying to lose. Yeah, that's how the gameplay changes. And I've been playing Legacy long enough, so that's actually how I figured out. Like it's pretty much the Legacy's been back to something like 2 years ago, before um before WA R or before Modern Horizon, um the where Legacy was a from what I heard, it was one of the best formats. Um, that was actually the time that the right after Deathrise Shaman gets banned and the format gets a little more stabilized because power level of the like husband was actually down or more balanced. Um, there are some decks running around, but it was overall it was balanced. Delva deck was good, Miracles was good, Grixis Control was good, Dark Depths. Um, like death and taxes. There are many different types of the decks were around. Even like Arclight, Phoenix, Grixis deck, and stuff like that too. Which something that I didn't see that deck, but I think that deck is really good now. As a Grixis Delver deck, it's kind of scary to rank against because it was a more unfair version of the like than us. So yeah, but there are many different kind of the decks in the format now. I think this legacy has finally become really decent again. Like we are, that's something that we've all been looking for at least a year, but probably some people for years. Yeah, the legacy was really in this like unusual spot since the um like evolved spark uh since the modern horizon came out. Like ironically it says it's modern horizon, but it did affect legacy a lot. It was secretly it was a legacy horizon as well. It's just and then Oko and Uro. Yeah, we've been in a quite unusual situation um in the constructed format for a long time. So I'm really glad that Wizards decided to take action and take the rather than just banning a few like one or two cards that hopefully that might change a little bit. That they actually decided to shake up the entire format, like modern legacy pioneer. I'm really glad that happened because we were on the really like in the spot that many people left, many people took break and stuff. And now I've started seeing many people coming back, many like the players that I used to play with, that they all came back and started playing this game again. I'm really glad seeing that happening. Again, I will really miss the playing Dorot Hold Darkness and the Alco. It was a really good pick. I it's not like I won a lot because I didn't play a lot. And stuff like last year, many things happened. Just I wasn't really feeling like I didn't have competitive spirit that much. But this year, since I've started doing this, I started playing more Magic, and then more I play, more I find that yeah, this isn't good. And I didn't win a lot as I played. Um, I top the showcase challenge without much practice with the team out there, but I just realized yeah, it's not really good. So that's why I'm really happy that actually just things have changed and. Magic is really fun again. Like even if uh, even if I can't really win as much as I used to and stuff because of all the good cards that I was playing, it's I'm fine with it because you know this is new format. I enjoy it. Um, I have more things to talk about. Um, like unlike the last um the couple of months started doing this one, like I would really have a hard time with what kind of the thing I'm talking about because of the same I feel like I'm talking about the same deck, same strategy, same format over and over again, but like I feel like I can talk about any different things again, so I'm really excited. Sorry, I'm talking way too much, but that's how much I'm really excited about how what's going on Magic Constructed overall, and I'm pretty sure um, many of you all have the same feeling about it. Let's take a look at other deck. So this is another deck that I was really interested in. I haven't played this deck yet, but I just copied it to show to you all. Yeah, this thing was it was played by again another good Magic player. The Jarvis U was streaming this deck and he 5 the league with it. This is the new type of the Stoneblade deck. It's still even though Oko is banned, it's still like looks like a playing green within it. When you play fair middle range deck, it seems like good approach. Because Uro is still legal. I think they're trying to ban Uro, but they figured that would be enough. Just banning Arkham Justice, it's gonna be really hard to escape consistently enough. So they wanted to see how the thing. They probably wanted to wait to see what happened because they banned Uro pretty much all the format. So they left in the legacy. I think it's the Wizards' way of trying to show us their kindness. Basically, they just gave Uro a little more chance, another chance to see how it is. And I think it's good on their move. I think it's just that they wanted to see how they interact, and at the worst, in the end, they will probably end up banning if they become the problem. But if it's not the problem, they don't want to ban too many cards. So that's understandable. And also, just we all spend time, spend money, and spend resources to actually acquire cards. So getting banned everything in the format. That's why I said like if you want to play Uro, the Grex is still the format that you could play Uro. So but unlike Modern, I think Legacy has enough cards to enough powerful cards to stop the Uro or compete with Uro. So I think I like that approach. But anyways, I'm talking about this deck. It's another deck. It's a Stoneforge deck. To make the resurgence because Stoneforge's storage is really hard by Oko because Oko can make the equipment turn into 3/3 immediately. So Jitte, Kataskar, they all become 3/3. So it wasn't as good, and it was the strategy was outcrossed by many different decks because the power level of the cards been actually up for like for a while. For a long time, it's power level of the cards been. The big thing is Stoneforge Mystic was a bit outdated. But I think that Jarvis made like really good approach the Stoneforge today's the power level, like adding more powerful cards by adding the color like in the green for the Silver Library and the Ice Fang Corridor. Even though the Arkham Dash is banned, it's still a good card. It cantrip spells, it cantrip creature, and in the end, it can get dispatch. It's harder to get dispatch nowadays though because of lack of the Arkham Blasters, but it's still solid to counter the cards. And you know, it's still like you have equipment, so more evasive creatures. It's better fitting for this type of deck. Noble Hierarchy for the mana excel, and again, it's more creatures for targeting target for the equipment. And it ways to cast the turn to Teferi and or like or it ways to leveraging days into better. Like you can play days without putting your um without losing much tempo. Um without losing your like progress of the mana. And like you can play like Stoneforge in town too with still one mana for the look for the remove either removal spells or like just break cantrip. Um, Horror Breach again. This is another powerful card. Um, People playing many cantrip spells. This is another good card. Um, and a flash. Then that's what I said. This is sort of the, like I I almost kind of consider this is like a legacy version of the band flash deck. I think. Yeah, and true name nemesis. Two of them this deck. True name nemesis in this deck. It's already powerful in the fair blue deck as you also in the Grixis Delver. But in this deck, especially, this is even more powerful because of the equipment. Like true name nemesis with Jitte, that's like the end call for the like any sort of the creature fairness. Like against stuff like death and taxes, for instance, true name nemesis Jit is one of your goals. And on Teferi, because of the static ability for the just your opponent can't cast any spells during our turn means it's good protection for our like equipment strategies. Like we under the Teferi, we can safely aggressively play equipment. Like once you play Teferi, then like creature play Jitte equipped the creature attack and start killing the creature. That works really well with that. So overall, this deck seems I think it's like some yeah, land base can be kind of tweaked a little bit. Like Jarvis was talking about on in his stream too, like how this deck may need to be changed. Obviously, like this is past week, like week one. None of the decks are like in the final form, final result. This deck can also work into the many different approaches, but this is definitely something that I've been also looking for to actually working on because I do like the card Snowfall Mystic, and I'm really glad that the format finally became the way that the Stoneforge Mystic cards like Stoneforge Mystic was concerning to even play. And also the another good thing about green is just like Uro, just I mean Uro is something good way to have the longer game plan. Stoneforge just had a hard time against the decks go little more big like a little bit bigger like against the dedicated control, but this might help too. On the oops, did I actually like yeah I think I accidentally just exiled put them back to the end, but yeah. Then measuring mage against the combo deck that we had a hard time against, and another new card was like talking about like a weird. It's just a it's naturalized with cycling. Um, I do like that. It's a solid card against the many different decks. Again, it's a new format, so having Bust Silence is really good. And Veil of Summer is definitely just it's probably the reason why one of the like reasons why like playing green too. It protects our creatures or like equipment from the um any sort of the spell removal spells broken. Like I'm not sure like how many people will play, but like stuff like a Kron K command, Kron's command. If anybody plays, people could play like Vader push against our creatures, both sees him to Toro and to just destroy our hand and it kind of protects us. And against combo too. Combo deck, again, this type of the deck always struggles against combo and hopefully like Libero Sama can improve those matchups. Again, like against undisruptions, against the combo, Vero Sama is really good. That's another reason why Green Splash. That's why like I like Green Splash. If the mana base I would allow, I actually do like green splash then better than pure blue white. I respawn now in the legacy. I'm really excited trying this version too. But yeah, this is another deck that I've been looking for. And again, yeah, because of the recent tournament results and stuff, people see me as like a Delver guy, but I'm actually more of the kind of Stoneforge guy. I like playing blue white, you know, middle range-ish, type of the deck a lot. I like Delver too, but the Stoneforge is the sort of my pet card, and that's the reason why I'm really excited about. And you could be if you are like more of the looking for the consistency of the mana base. I think you could also play it on two color version too. And this is where I will like to start. If you're thinking about the two color version, I mean this is the deck list that I actually had kept for long time. So obviously some of the cards could be added, some of the cards could be adjusted, but you could play this type of the version. Yeah, and this is a good start with. Um, yeah, because and the two color as you see, you have many basic runs, so it's more immune to the anti basic run, anti non basic run cards like Blood Moon, and you could actually use the back to basics to actually the doing against the decks relying on the non-basics. And now just many decks have to play more non-basics because Akamada Slave is gone. So control decks, if they're playing stuff like Grixis control, they would probably have to play more dual runs. So back to basic will punish them really good. So yeah, that's another deck that um I would look into play. That's why there are many decks to play this. Like that's why I didn't have actually time to just test everything. Like I just tried the Greek Sterba, another type of the Greek Sterba, then Blue Red Sterba. And yeah, like this is the first time it's I had a hard time just like picking the deck. I usually just only playing particular decks and particular formats, so it's very easy for me to just keep the track of. But yeah, I have so many different decks to try. So hopefully next week, by the next week, I can show you all even more things. So yeah, but this is the thing. Yeah. And again, if you prefer more of the derivable decks that has more little bit more mana consistency, I think Blue Red Derivable is where to start. It's much more aggressive than Grixis version. Um it may be little more worse than the control and the combo because lack of the block. But it is much faster and because you're playing only two color, you can play basic round, so you don't immediately have to scoop by Blood Moon, and you could also play Blood Moon against control again. Like many control decks will have to play more non-basics. So and because Arkham Master is gone, no many if they play control deck, um they could still be playing the like Carpet of the Flower, but there will be actually pure blue white control deck miracles and stuff. So Minta Orb is probably good again. So this is another card that I can bring in, and against like stuff like Grixis too, like Winter Orb, the constraint and mana too. So like it's another version build of the version that I would looking into. This is solid list. This list for the preliminary I think it was a couple of days ago. Yeah. Um, and I think Legacy experts, the Rich Curry, also like test was streaming um the this like blue red Delver too. So probably could check that out too. And I definitely try on more for this one. So all right. That's all for today. If you have any questions, sorry, I need to stretch. You have any questions and suggestions? You all are welcome to leave the comment or the message in Discord, our Discord. Uh, I may also write some articles or like sideboard guideline, more deck list when I come up with something. All right. Thank you. Thank you for all. Good one.